Hi everybody, this is the baseball highlight, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut. Hope you like this video. We had a great day today. Mets won again, 6 in a row, 6 games in a row. 6 games in a row, and they've won another series. That's 5 series in a row. They're just playing great. They're playing really, really well. And an old friend has reemerged from the abyss. Starling Marte has reemerged from his injury-riddled late 2022 and 2023, and he has returned healthy and kicking ass. And he had a big game today. But before we get into the game, a couple of things, a note that you need to know about. That is Francisco Alvarez. Alvarez is going to be out for 6 weeks, folks. He's getting surgery on his thumb, which he tore on Friday. I say it's going to be 6 weeks because I've seen this injury before with Mets, and we've seen that back in 1985. You're old enough. You'll remember that Darryl Strawberry tore a ligament in his hand trying to make a catch at Shea Stadium. And he was out for 6 weeks. And it basically cost the Mets that division title. They would have won over 100 games that year. But that's the kind of length that we're looking at. He should be back in 6 weeks, which should run us till the end of May, early June. So it was weird how they were saying that they weren't showing he was coming back. But that's what I'm thinking. And I think Juan Lagares had that same injury a few years ago, and the Mets dragged their feet on getting that injury taken care of, and it turned out to be for 6 weeks. But we'll see with him. It might be a little different with a catcher. But Starling Marte is back in his 13 games. His last 13 games, he's 19 for 59, hitting .322 with 3 home runs and 11 RBIs. He is a game changer. They were talking about him after the game today, that he is the game changer of the New York Mets. Because the reality is that he was so sorely missed last year in terms of his offense. And they missed him so much in September 2022 and in the playoffs against the Padres. The fact that he was hurt and they couldn't, and putting up zero production, killed their season at the end of the year. He is an impact bat, and I think we know that this is a guy that is... He hits all kinds of pitching. He hits good pitching. Here's the game wrap on SNY. Starling Marte drives in 4 runs as Mets hang on to a 6-4 win over Dodgers. And I would say this, that win on Friday was pretty damn good too. 9-4. Starling Marte drove in 4 runs as the Mets held on to a 6-4 win over the Dodgers on Saturday afternoon in Los Angeles. It took 6 pitches and getting around 10 walks, but the Mets won another series and their 6th straight game. I mean, they pitched. It was a crazy game. A lot of pitches, a lot of walks from both sides. Marte broke 2 ties in this game. The first was an RBI single in the 4th, and would do one better in the 6th when he launched an 86-mile-per-hour, 432 feet over the center field wall off of reliever Ryan Bergier for a 3-run blast, and gave the Mets a 5-2 lead. Marte finished 2 for 5 with a stolen base. And that stolen base was a key because that stolen base led to the 6th run in the game, which Francisco Lindor drove in later on in the game. And obviously Lindor had a big game on Friday with that big home run that he hit late in the game. Jose Buta coming in, allowing just 1 run over his first 2 starts, ran into trouble early. And a 32-pitch first, the Dodgers hit the young righty around to push around across the run. However, Buda was able to limit the damage and leave the bases loaded. The second inning didn't go much better. Buda threw 29 more pitches and walked the bases loaded, but the Dodgers could not break the 1-1 tie. It's a very strange lineup, folks. I mean, we have a very top-heavy lineup. The top 6 guys in the Dodgers lineup are great, and in the bottom of that lineup is a bunch of nobodies, guys that anybody can get out. And they're a very strange team, just looking at them. Just from my unbiased eye, and I do have an unbiased eye, it's a very strange team right now. Michael Tonkin making his first relief appearance with the Mets since April 4th after a short stint with the Twins. Yeah, they traded him. Was part of a bevy bevy of relievers New York had to use in this game. One of the biggest moments of the game was in the sixth when the Dodgers loaded the base with 1 out. Drew Smith struck out Shohei Ohtani, but Freddie Freeman hit a 2-run single to cut the Mets' lead to 5-4. Max Muncy grounded to Pete Alonso, who dove to tag the base and get the final out of the inning. Along with Jorge Lopez, Edwin Diaz, and Reed Garrett, the Mets bullpen combined to get the final 14 outs, but it was dicey. Even with Diaz, the issue with Diaz is he walked Ohtani and he walked Freddie, but he did strike out Teoscar Hernandez. And the thing is that from the games that we've been watching, he's having a tough time commanding his fastball. And it's all over the place. But his fastball, and he wasn't throwing that very hard. He was throwing hard tonight. He had a lot of life on that fastball. So that fastball's starting to uptick. And Mendoza did a great job with this bullpen. He did kind of what Buck did 2 years ago with Diaz. We brought him in the 8th inning, and he got a very difficult part of the lineup out. According to Mendoza after the game, he didn't want to lose him for tomorrow. So that's why he took him out for the 9th inning, because he threw a lot of pitches. He said he threw 20 pitches, and he didn't want to overextend him because he is having a lot of trouble with his command to get things going. But the Heat, and of course, can't forget about Reed Garrett. Now, I know Reed Garrett gave up some runs on Friday, but the defense let him down. Joey Wendell gave up 2 errors that led the game to be tied before the Lindor home run. But Reed Garrett has been great. That guy has been awesome. He's an unsung hero in that bullpen, and you're going to need unsung guys like this if you're going to win. And he pitched really well. He's pitched great. And Harrison Bader, I failed to mention that. He played great Friday night. 4 hits, amazing. And DJ Stewart. Stewie's doing a great job. Hit a big home run on Friday. And Brett Beatty, of course, finished the game today, so he's back in the game. But really, the highlight of the game was, and the highlight of the Mets was Starling Marte. And he is so important to this lineup. So important. I got a little information. I don't know how true this is, but I'm hearing that J.D. Martinez might be with the Mets this week, traveling with the team, which in one regard is nice to see it, but I'm a little it's kind of a sort of a strange thing to hear about, because he's in Florida getting ready for the season. So he's gonna be in Florida, and he's gonna come across country and just hang out with the team, and then come back into New York. I don't know about that, but that's what I've heard. That's a little information I got just a little while ago before I started doing this video. But this was a great win. This was a team win. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens on Sunday. I will try to get a live stream ready to go. And we'll talk about it live, whether the Mets win or lose. But this has been a great start to the road trip. I was very concerned about the beginning of this season. With this schedule, it was very difficult. The Mets had the most difficult schedule in the division. Most difficult schedule in Major League Baseball to start the year. But after that 0-5 start, they played great. Gotten good pitching. The only thing they haven't been good at is their defense needs to tighten up. And obviously the injury to Alvarez will be an issue. But hopefully Martinez will be here. That'll help with the offense. But like I said about Alvarez at the beginning of this video, I would expect that he will be back in about 6 weeks, based on the history of this particular injury on other players. But we will see. Thank you for watching again. Let's go Mets. We'll get the sweep the Dodgers and that Ohtani and Freddie and all the rest of them. And of course, they did a good job on Yamamoto on Friday. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.